You are now live, it says. Okay, let's preview there and I can go live. I'm actually going live on Amazon. Now, if we go here, no, just let me take a screenshot and start capture. Screenshot. Okay, and done. So that's not working today. And the link's been copied and we're live everywhere now. Just let me go here and I don't know what's happening. Oh, wait a minute. I know what's happening. Just a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I've copied the wrong thing. Hang on. Just a second. I'll be with you. Now I just need to edit that. Copy that. And paste that into there. And press connect. And we're now connected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Amazon and just say hello. Type it right. Okay, and come back to my studio. And that has come through. So there you have it. I've just said hello on Amazon. So now I can go to Messenger. Just give me a second, just setting up one or two things, and then we'll be good to go. And hopefully go here. Okay. Right. Okay. Can hide that and bring myself on screen. Okay, this is Stephen in wonderful Wiltshire in England, and I just want to say hello to everybody. So I need to go over here, and I need to go here. Welcome to the broadcast. And this is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen. And you're most definitely watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. Thank you for joining me on Amazon Live today. Thank you for joining me on Facebook, on YouTube. If you click the link above, it brings you over to Amazon Live and you'll get a better experience than normal because there are things that are happening on Amazon Live which only happen on Amazon Live. For the carousel down below, I'm just going to highlight the Obspot tiny camera down the carousel because that's the first item we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to take myself off full screen. And the reason for talking about the Obspot, if I go here, and I just want to hide the card just a moment, you know that this is Lights, Camera, Action, about webcams, microphones, audio gear, live video, Fitbits, broadcasting from BeLive. Okay, so I can hide that now and come back to me. And there we have it. Now, this is rather special. What I actually have now is I've got the Obspot PTZ camera, a 4K one, and I've got the Obspot tiny 1080p one, which means that I can have 6 different camera views in the broadcast, which opens up all sorts of options. So let's take you through the views. First of all, this one of the cameras is set up on the demonstration area, and you can see an Obspot tiny setup there as well. Okay, the next one, I'm looking for a 6th point of view. This is not too good. This is a picture of Aberystone Circle in Wiltshire in England, where I live, and that's quite good. The next one is interesting because it means that I can actually show my monitor on screen. I will be during the course of this live broadcast. Okay, so these are just a minute. Let's go over here. If I go down here, just a second, better explanation of what I'm actually doing is here, I hope. Okay, I'm explaining the 6 views from my 2 Obspot cameras. Okay, 4K camera and the Obspot. Now the Obspot Tiny 4K is today 15% off. So it was $269. Today, the camera you're looking at now is 15% off. So whilst I'm live, there will be special offers down in the carousel. I will tell you about them. But the thing is, with having two OBSBot cameras, the second one is actually set up on a tripod rather than being on my desktop, which gives it greater freedom. So I'll switch over to that in a moment and give you a demonstration of that. But we're talking about the OBSBot Tiny PTZ camera, and next to it, the OBSBot Tiny. So two cameras we're talking about at the moment, both from OBSBot. Both can change the way that you actually broadcast. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some lights on so you can actually see me now. And let's go full screen. The thing about the OBSBot Tiny is that it gives you greater flexibility. You're actually watching it now. And I'm going to go through some of the main features of the OBSBot Tiny 4K webcam. It is officially called the OBSBot Tiny PTZ 4K. And it is an AI-powered framing and autofocus. It's got 4K video. Now, I'm broadcasting during 720. Next comes 1080, and then somewhere up there comes 4K. 4K is the best quality we can get from webcams at the moment. And if you've got a 4K webcam, and you can either have the OBSBot 4K or the Brio 4K, then you can broadcast now directly to YouTube. You'd have to be using OBS or XSplit or vMix, but you can broadcast in 4K to YouTube. It looks absolutely amazing. Okay, on with the show. The OBSBot, in actual fact, the OBSBot has two omnidirectional microphones. In other words, omnidirectional picks up all the noises around you, which means you need some sort of noise cancellation system. Okay, and auto tracking the 2-axis gimbal. I'm going to show you the gimbal. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. Okay, and next item, this is my memory. It's got low light correction. If I switch my light off, as I am doing now, then it will compensate. The camera will in fact compensate for the light. Now, an interesting thing here. I want you to help me test something. Okay, if you're watching and you're listening, yeah, I want you to help me test commenting. If you make a comment now, could be I'm watching from Idaho or anything like that, then I can actually show your comment on screen like that. I just did that one earlier. That's one I made earlier. So comments, please do comment. And I've got some widgets to go with all this. They've been revamping my Be Live studio. And if I go to widgets, I can put follow me. I can move it down there. Okay. I'm not sure whether it actually goes out with the edit button. If I go edit, followers, that's better. Okay. Without the graphic, looks good. So if you want to follow me and you're enjoying the broadcast, then please do. Now, I follow about 250 different Amazon Live broadcasters. We're all independent and we'll give you honest reviews. And our first comment coming in, just to show that this works, our first is from Marina. Marina Protsenko. Marina, thank you very much for commenting. And yes, I've got it working today. It's working. Thank you for the link earlier. That link worked perfectly. Okay. So yes, we can actually show comments on screen. It just shows your name, as you've seen. And I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to switch. Hang on, I've gone the wrong way. This is one of my live broadcasts and things can go decidedly wrong. I'm going to take the followers off screen for a moment. So just like Marina has commented, if you're watching live, you can comment and you become part of the broadcast, because basically this is my studio. The comment is in my studio. The recording is of my studio. So if you comment, then your name will actually be shown in the replay. Yeah. So if you want to have a claim, if you want to get involved, then please do comment. Okay. And likewise, if you comment on Facebook or on YouTube, then I can show your comments on screen, but we can now show comments on Amazon Live. And just as a note, if I go here, I am broadcasting from BeLive. BeLive. Okay, that BeLive. Okay, I'm broadcasting from BeLive in my studio. I can have 8 people on screen. I can play YouTube videos. I can put Amazon Live comments onto the screen, all from within my studio. Okay, no other system can do this. This is BeLive only. It was officially announced last week, and it's just a great way to actually interact with people, because not only do you get your name on screen, you also get to be in the recording. No pictures, just names. You get to be in the recording, and people will see your name. It's great free publicity, is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to think of all the reasons, but those are the main 3. Okay, so back to the camera. And the camera you're actually looking at the moment is the OBSBot 4K. Now, in about 2 or 3 minutes time, I'm going to show you the software that actually runs the OBSBot 4K and the OBSBot. And I'm going to take you through what it can do. And believe you me, I always say that if you buy some hardware, if you buy a camera or a microphone or a light, remind to put the light on. If you buy a camera, microphone or a light, do download the software. Now I'm going to show you how to download the software for the OBSBot and for any Logitech camera you've got. And I'll do that in this broadcast. So you can find out more about your camera. I mean, the thing is that if you just use the camera as supplied, it will work, but you only get the default settings, and that is where it falls down. Because if you don't have the software, you cannot zoom in, you cannot zoom out, you cannot pan and tilt, you cannot change the color, you cannot, you're restricted to the default settings. Yeah. Whereas if you've got the software, then you can use the camera to its fullest. Okay. The OBSBot 4K has magic gesture control. Okay. If I go like that, the camera will start tracking me. If I go like that, the camera will stop tracking me. If I go like that, the camera will zoom in. If I go like that, the camera will zoom out. No need to be anywhere near the camera or near your computer. The controls, I'm trying to synchronize here, the controls control the camera. And if you thought the camera moved, then you're quite right. So let me lock it. So my background will not move. Okay, so that's that sorted. It's got dual omnidirectional microphone system with noise reduction. It's got 3 preset positions. Shall we look at those? Because I've shown you a moment ago what they are. But if I can go from me to my desktop, which is down there, and we're still live. Whilst I'm here, this is the OBSBot Tiny. And both cameras, the PTZ 4K and the Tiny, look the same. What I've done with the second camera is I put it onto this tripod. There is in the bottom of the unit a thread which I can put this on, and this camera is actually in use now, as the green light shows. And that's what you need to do. You've either got a choice. You can either put it on top of your monitor, or you can put it on top of a tripod. And so I'm about to demonstrate in a moment. If you put it on a tripod, then you have far greater flexibility. So let's have a look at, okay, and the third location. This is not very inspiring, but I'm going to go with it anyway. This is the third location, and it's currently actually set up looking at a picture of Avebury Stone Circle, which is not quite as famous as Stonehenge, But what I can do, just to show you how easy it is to control, I can, using the wheel, I can actually move it and save the preset. So it's update the preset. Back to me. Okay. The other thing that you can do, and I'm going to give the game away here, is that you can actually, because it's on a gimbal, because it's got AI tracking, the thing that you can do is you can get the camera to actually follow you. Okay, shall we try that out? What I'm going to do, I normally do this at the end of the broadcast in case it goes wrong, but I'm going to do it now. I'm going to go over to the software, and let's just, yes, we're moving. Okay, now I'm going to give the game away here. I'm really going to give the game away because I am not, despite appearances, I do not have a brick wall behind me. You're about to find out what I do have behind me. So, secret revealed. You think I've got a brick wall. I'm going to tell you that behind me, there is no brick wall. What I've got, and you can just see it in the corner there, what I've got is I've got a Fovitech green screen, which is down the carousel, and draped over the Fovitech green screen, I've got a photography backdrop. And it's a backdrop of a wall. So when I'm sat down, it looks like I've got a wall. But we're going with the Obswat tiny camera. And the beauty of this is that as I move about the office, knocking things over left, right, and center, the AI tracking in the camera is actually following me. Now, there's a serious point here. It's not just for fun. Okay. If you set it to track you, then it can track either you or somebody you nominate. Okay. You, as director of the show, can set it up so it actually follows a teacher in class or professor teaching. And as they move about the stage, writing on the whiteboard, you can record it. Turn the oboswad upside down, put it on a tracking arm on the wall, and it can record and follow the movement of the presenter. So great for conferences, great for schools, great for colleges and universities. This is a great way to record a seminar. One camera following the speaker from one side of the stage to the other. And it's so smooth. It operates so smoothly. As I move, the camera actually, if I've not done anything wrong, the camera actually moves with me. Okay, so that's another secret gone. I don't have a brick wall. Okay, so I'm going to sit down. What I'm going to do whilst I'm sitting down, you see the camera is still following me, is I'm actually going to go to the desktop. Okay, so whilst that's actually happening, I'm retaking my position on the desktop and coming back to me. So it's got 3 positions, but it's also got, as I've just demonstrated, it's got AI tracking, which means it will actually follow you anywhere. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And it's got a fast action mode as well. It will, if you've got somebody doing a 100-yard race, it will actually track from the beginning of the race to the end of the race. Okay. Versatile mounting, we've just seen that because I went here, and if I go to my desktop again, you can see the Obspot Tiny mounted on a tripod, and I'm now going to show you what that camera can see. So I'm going to switch cameras. Just give me a second to do this, and hopefully this will work so smoothly you won't even notice it. That's the idea anyway. If I can find the camera. Okay, so we're getting a flicker and it's coming back now, and I just need that's not a very good picture, is it? Okay. Okay, my second camera, which you've just seen, is, I'm going to take that off screen, and I'm going to take the also tiny wording off screen as well. My second camera is basically on the tripod, and it's got 3 preset positions. This is the first one, and it means that in a studio setup, even with just me, I can show different camera angles and come closer to the camera, yeah, and give different impressions of exactly what's going on. Okay, the next camera angle is this one, and I'm going to go here, and it's switching around, and you can now see my BenQ monitor, which this is the first time I've been able to show you my BenQ monitor, which is down the carousel. It's a 27-inch monitor, and you can see it's showing my BeLive studio at the moment that I'm broadcasting live from. And then the third one, and this is my favorite one. Okay, you ready for this? Just let me click on here and go here. Okay, hopefully this will work. Okay, and we're live. Good. That's the second one, BenQ monitor, and then I'm going to this one. And for some unknown reason, this is my favorite view. Okay, so the third preset view on my second Oswald camera is outside, and you can see the house next door, and the house next door to that, and the house 3 houses away, and then you can see the trees. It's like living in a forest. Everybody in their garden has trees, and it's absolutely brilliant. So I can go from me. Let's come back to me. Okay, you can see it's panning around. It's showing you Logitech Litra Lite. It's coming back to me all around the office, and now I can look direct to camera. So this is why, I mean, I was amazed at the flexibility of the Obspot. Okay, because not only can it track you when you stood up, sat down, means you can present stood up, but you can actually move from different preset views. And just as this come back here, okay, I actually have, as you can see, I have the preset views, and it's absolutely well. With 2 Obspot cameras, I've got 6 views from my 2 Obspot cameras, and when you're actually broadcasting live, it does give you far greater flexibility to be able to switch between one camera. It's like I'm in a television studio, yeah? And to switch between cameras is simple and straightforward. If I go to my settings, okay, and click here, I just want to show this works. I'm proving this to myself as well. Okay, I'm going to go to the 4K camera, and the 4K camera will come up in a second. He said, yeah, 4K cameras come up. All I want to do is go there and go there. And that's not working well. Just a minute. Oh, good. Hang on a second. This is live. The system seems to have forgotten that this is live. Just a minute. That's not the camera I want. Okay. Where is it? You know, when you part way through a demonstration, and the camera you're looking for has done well. In up north where I come from, they say it's done a runner. So I'm trying to come back now. Hopefully I'm back, but I now want to go. Just hang on a second. Don't go anywhere. Okay. I want to come back to, and yeah, we're back. I'm back. This is the 4K camera. Yeah. But the thing is that it is so flexible. Now I started off with, okay, I'm going to go right here. I started off with the Obspot Tiny, which is down the carousel. The Obspot Tiny is 15% off today, $169. And I'm showing you what the Obspot Tiny and the Obspot PTZ can do. They're both on discount today. There's 15% off the Obspot Tiny, and there is 15% off the 4K. Now, the use for a 4K is actually broadcasting live to YouTube at the moment. We can't broadcast anywhere else at the moment, unless you know better. If you know somewhere we can broadcast, then please do let me know. Okay, so that's the Oswald cameras. I'm going to come over and we're going to say goodbye to those and say hello to this. This is the next camera in the sequence, and we're swapping over now, and we're going to Logitech Brio 4K. Now, this is my, this is my first 4K camera. Okay, Logitech Brio, and it's basically, it is a most excellent camera. We know Logitech have an excellent reputation for producing quality cameras that last. Okay, I'm going to show you a camera shortly, which I had for 6 years and which still works. Okay, just a reminder, if I go over here before I actually get onto the camera itself. Okay. Your host is Stephen from England. We're talking about webcams, Logitech Brio, and I want to change this one at the bottom. Thank you for watching them. Yeah. Please comment. That's not what I want to say. Just only, please. No. And when you try to do something live, it's keep it cool. Okay, what I wanted to say, I've got it now. I'm set. Don't unmute. If you don't want to unmute, it's not a problem. But if you'd like to comment, then we're actually testing software today, and you can become part of the broadcast. If you've got any questions about live broadcasting, then please do ask. If you've got any questions about anything that's in the carousel, the cameras, the Oswald 4K, the Oswald Tiny, and now Logitech Brio, then please do ask those questions. As you can see, I own all those cameras and use them in live broadcasting. The Oswald Tiny I got in January. The Oswald 4K I got last week, so I'm still getting used to it. And I've got another new toy, which I'll show you in a moment, which I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying actually having a go with all of these. So thank you for watching me live. I do appreciate it, and we're talking about Logitech Brio, which you're watching now. Okay, so the camera you're watching is Logitech Brio, and if I go here and here, I can take that off. All right, and I'm in the center of the screen. Now I'm going to come back to the OBSBots later to actually show you the software, but for the moment I want to stay with the Brio. So you're watching Logitech Brio 4K webcam, which is down the carousel, and today Logitech Brio is $149.10. It's 25% off. Okay, so other cameras we're showing, it's the least expensive. It's got a noise cancelling microphone. Basically, if your dog barks, you will hear it, but people watching you on Zoom or Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch won't hear it at all. Okay, it cuts out any background noises, including dogs barking. It's got auto light correction. If I turn off my Logitech Litra light, yeah, then I've gone darker, and the camera is now trying to compensate, but I'd much prefer to have the light back on. So high definition light correction. Okay, it has a wide field of view. It's got 90-degree field of view. If I go that way, it's got a 90-degree field of view. It's actually on top of my monitor at the moment. And just to press the point, because 4K is going to be the thing, whether, yeah, and on the Brio, it's 4 times the resolution of a typical HD webcam. And that's true. Auto light we've talked about, and it's got 3 fields of view: 65 degrees, 78 degrees, and 90. Now I'm about to show you a piece of software called Logitech Capture, okay, which controls any Logitech camera. Simply go to logitech.com, yeah, search for Logitech Capture, download the software, and you're in greater control. I'm going to show you why it's important that you do. So let's take that off for a moment. I'm going to share screen. I'm going to share screen with the actual software which is on my desktop, and I've got it. Yeah, I've got it. Okay, and let's go here and bring the software up full screen. Okay, so this is Logitech Capture, which controls the camera. Okay, now I'm just going to come over here. I want to hide a few things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to take that off full screen, and I'm going to go picture in picture. Okay, so I'm going to go the other way around. That's obviously a better choice. Okay, so here is the software you can download. Just a minute. I want to switch that camera off, and I want to go with this camera. Okay, we'll get there in a second. Okay, you can see it's controlling, because it's controlling the Brio 4K cam. Okay, now the software I'm going to show you works for any Logitech camera. It's called Logitech Capture, yeah, and you simply go to logitech.com and download the software. Right. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what I would look like if I wasn't using the software. Yeah, I'm going to show you what the default view is using a Logitech camera. What I'm going to do, I hope this works, is basically using the software. I'm going to take the zoom off. Okay, and I'm going to put the field of view to 90 degrees and then come here. This is what my broadcasting office actually looks like. This is not what you see when I'm live on screen, but this is what it looks like. You've got the Samsung monitor that way, Samsung all-in-one PC. I remember when you used to make those. You've got my bookshelf. You've got the items that I'm going to be demonstrating through this show, but this is the default view. Yeah. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. Now, I know a lot of people present like this, but if you've got a camera capable of doing this, then I would say download the software and use it, because that is where the difference comes. So what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in twice. 1, 2. Okay. Now, if I go here and I go side by side, okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change theme in my studio and go like this. Apply. Okay. Then you've now got a wide angle view. Okay. Now, if I go and put it onto 78 degrees, yeah, so the field of view at the bottom says 65, 78, and 90. I'm at 90. I'm going to go to 65. Hang on. Yeah, that's okay. No, right. This is my preferred setup. Okay, because I'm center of camera. The backdrop makes it look like I've got a wall behind me. Now, the backdrop you'll find down in the carousel. The $15, $14.99. And basically, you can either put the backdrop on a stand or you can drape it, as I've done, over my existing green screen, the Fovitech green screen that's down in the carousel. And this is my preferred look. I mean, if we just go back a moment, without, just to emphasize this, and go back here, and I clicked a button I didn't mean to. If I go and zoom out, yeah, then these are the default settings on your camera, and they don't have the same impact as zooming in twice, once, twice, and changing the field of view. Okay, so 3 clicks and you can totally transform how you look on camera because you're using the software. Okay, let's go side by side again. Okay, thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. If you've got any questions, just a minute. I'm going to scoot over to Amazon. Just a minute, I'm just doing something. You'll see what I'm doing in a minute. Just bear with me a moment. My apologies. I misspelled something. Right, okay. So I'm going to go back here. I'm back. I'm getting so excited by all this. Just wait a minute. I just want to I'm going to get a message in my studio in a moment. This is it. Okay. You can comment and ask questions on Amazon Live. Please do. Yeah. This is a free resource for you. I do not, like all the Amazon Live broadcasters, I am independent. I don't work for Amazon. I'm here as an independent reviewer. I can answer questions on anything that's in the carousel, because the thing is, I actually own what's in my carousel. I use it every single day. So if you've got any questions, then please do ask away. And if you've got any comments, if you just want to say hello, then just say hello. And thank you for watching. So this software, we've looked at zooming out. You can also zoom in. Okay. So my apologies for this one. Okay. And I'm going to go there. Right. And I'm going to come down again. That's not good. Now, don't want to frighten anybody, but I do want to make a point here. If you're broadcasting and people can't see the top of your head, it doesn't work too well. What you actually want to make sure is, if I go back to me, what you want to make sure of is that there is headroom above you. Yeah. And you want to be reasonably in the center of the screen. That's what people expect to see. Okay. Ask for comments, and what happens? I say hello to my good friend Grant, who's saying whoop, hello. And Grant is a fellow Amazon Insider, broadcasting on Be Live. Grant, if you want to drop a link to your next broadcast or to your shop, then please do, and I will show it on screen. That'll be magical. Brilliant. So there we are. The comments are coming in, and earlier we had a comment from Marina. And Marina, if you want to make contact with Marina, or if you want to make contact with Be Live, then you can do so through the comments. Okay, so I've been joined by Grant. As you can see, Grant just commented on Amazon Live, and the comment has come through into my studio, and I can show it on screen. Because Grant is actually logged into Amazon, I can see his image as well as his name. Okay, if you're not logged into Amazon, then the only thing we'll see is your name. But please do comment. And to people watching on Facebook and YouTube, I'd like to say thank you for watching. Okay. Now, all right. Okay. Right. Grant is just a minute before we do that. We've got something important. Okay. Grant has just posted his next broadcast, which is there. Yep. Brilliant. Thank you, Grant. See, we all help and support each other. This is the beauty of live broadcasting. There are a couple of thousand of live broadcasters, we think, on Amazon Live at the moment. We're all independent. We don't work for Amazon. We all help and support each other. Out to Grant again. And Grant is saying, Amazon Live comment rock. Indeed. I'm feeling the love, Grant. I am feeling the love. It's a lot better. Yeah, better experience all around. So I want to say publicly a thank you to Marina and the team at, just a minute, I've pressed the wrong button. Okay, I'm going to get this on screen now. I want to say thank you to Marina and the team at be.live for actually developing the ability for us to actually show comments that are made on Amazon Live. And Grant and I have been helping beta test it, and we're just blown away by what it can actually do. So thank you, Marina, and over to Grant. And Grant is saying BeLive is the best. Well, there you are. BeLive is the best. Okay, just to say, we can have 8 people on screen. We can play YouTube videos, show images. Well, you've seen it all. Okay. Now, let's go here. And thank you for all the comments. It's absolutely brilliant. So just to sum up the Logitech Brio and the software that you can download, the software is called Logitech Capture. Okay. And I'm going to go side by side so you can actually see it. Okay. And it can control your camera. It can control the zoom. It can control the pan and the tilt. You can change the field of view, 90, 78, 65. This if you've got a Logitech camera, this software is free. I cannot think of a single reason not to download this software if you've got Logitech camera, because you're getting total control over your camera. And come back to me. Oh, we can have a party. Just a minute. So I'll take that off, and now been joined by Ephraim, Dr. Healey, and Grant and Ephraim know each other. So Grant is saying hello, hello, Healey. Okay, and get a reply. And hello, Grant, Marina, and Steve. Hello. Brilliant. Okay, so it's nice to have interaction on the live broadcast. That's what it's all about. It's all about attracting people. And over to the comments again. This is going thick and fast, which is absolutely brilliant. Okay, and comments look amazing. They do. Absolutely brilliant. So if you're watching this live, I want to introduce you to Marina, who's from BeLive. Okay, to my good friend Grant Saunders, who, like me, is an Amazon insider, broadcasting live on Amazon Live, and a great friend, and also Dr. Healey, or Healey, who's actually Ephraim, and Ephraim is in the States, and we're building quite a team of Amazon insiders who are using BeLive, and you'll see us here, there, and everywhere. Ephraim, if you want to drop a link to your next broadcast in the comments, then please do. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Okay, so we're rocking. Things are going well. Right, just to finish off on the camera you're watching now, just to reiterate, it's 4 times the resolution of a typical HD webcam. It's got auto light adjustment. It's got 3 fields of view, and we've seen all 3. It can do up to 90 frames per second. Now, while we're broadcasting to you, we're going at 30 frames per second. So it's sending 30 individual frames. A frame is a picture. 30 pictures are sent, 30 pictures received, they're turned into video. Yeah, that's how it all works. The more frames you send, the better the quality of the video. Okay, and we've talked about the versatile mounting options. My Logitech Brio is on top of my carousel. Oh, sorry, not carousel. Forget it. Cut. Things you can't cut on live video, and if you make a mistake, you've got to own it. So I'm going to own that mistake. My Logitech Brio is on top of my BenQ monitor, and you've seen the BenQ monitor a moment ago. You can use the Logitech Brio on a tripod. Okay, the camera is capable of 4K 1080 720, and okay, the camera was released on February 7th 2017, and we've looked at the software you need to actually get the most of your camera. Do not, let's just do this once more. Okay, if you have a choice between using the default settings on your camera and downloading Logitech Capture software, yeah, because anybody not listening to me now will not know that in actual fact I don't have a wall behind me. What I have is a photography backdrop, and this is how I look using the photography backdrop. You don't know what the rest of my office looks like. Okay, anybody joining this broadcast from now on has no idea. Everybody will think I've got a brick wall, but you know I don't have a brick wall. Just, I don't know whether this is true or not, but my good friend Adair, who is also an Amazon insider, said, I love the brick wall. I thought, brilliant. Okay, she knows of somebody, we're not going to name them obviously, who wanted a brick wall background. So guess what she did? She built a brick wall in her lounge. Okay, enough said. But I do want to say thank you to Grant and to Ephraim for actually joining me live today. It makes a lot of difference in the live broadcast. And if you're watching live now and you've got any questions, then please do ask. This is all about actually asking questions and my trying to give you the answers. Okay, now I'm going to go left field in a moment, but before I do that, I just want to go over here. So I'm coming back. We've already talked about cameras. Let's change tack for a moment and talk about something which is not a camera. Okay. And I'm going to go here. Now, hopefully this will work. Okay, so hopefully this will work. I'm going to take myself off full screen. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing the software. And the only thing you can see on screen is me. Okay, little story then. I was watching an Amazon live broadcast. And just let me take the logo off. I was watching an Amazon live broadcast. Okay. I'm going to go picture in picture. I was watching an Amazon live broadcast by my good friend Marco Novo, who is, in actual fact, in Portugal. And he was talking to Daniel Zigman of Logitech, and he was talking about the item that's down in the carousel now. So we're going to talk about this. I'm going to lean over. Yeah. And I have it. So I heard Daniel talking about this. Like, we know Logitech for cameras. We've looked at the Brio. They've got the C920, 922, 925, 930, and Brio, and the Miuo, and probably a few, and the 270. But anyway, let me tell you a story. Okay, I'm going to come back here. Thank you to Marco and to Daniel. I had a problem. I had two softboxes, one either side of me. Light went onto the wall, reflected back. The thing about softboxes, though, that they're made of cloth, and after 3 years, they were wear and tear was a problem. And I had a chat with Angelica, my partner, and she said, I think they should go to the recycling centre. So I dismantled the softboxes, and I was actively looking for a light. And then I saw the light literally being held by Daniel. And I thought, I'm going to go and buy that light. So I did. And this is it. This is the Logitech Litra Glow light. When it arrives in this box. Okay. Hopefully that will show on camera. Yeah, I think we're okay. So the box is orange. I always like things for future reference. I always like things that are packaged in orange boxes. Okay, don't ask me why, but I do. Okay, this is the Logitech Litra light. Now, this is a gamer's light and a live broadcaster's light. This light can be used 24/7. That is safe to use 24/7. It has a shelf there. Lift the shelf and it goes over the back of your monitor. Or you can twist off the light and you can put it onto a tripod. Okay, so it's a very versatile light. In fact, let's go and find out a little bit more about Logitech Litra Glow Light, because its official name, I can't remember this, so this is why it's going on screen. Logitech Litra Glow Premium LED Streaming Light. That's its official title. It uses TrueSoft. Now, I've got one on my BenQ monitor, and it's actually angled. Okay, you can angle the light like that. Okay, mine is angled like that, and you can extend the light like that. Okay, no problem at all. You can actually, and I said it will go on a tripod as well, and it is totally an adjustable monitor mount. It has brightness right on the back. Oh, that's great, wasn't it? When you get it, you've got cellophane on the top, you've got cellophane on the bottom. Take that off, recycle it. Okay. The light to switch it up, the switch to switch the light on is there. Okay, just click that. You can also control the brightness and the temperature. I'm going to show you how to do that with software, because as you know, I love downloading software to take control of things and make things work that little bit better. It's got a desktop app. I'm going to show you a desktop app in 2 minutes. Stay with me and I'll show you how to control this light. It is natural skin tones. If I go and look in the mirror now, I look like this. Yeah. It's radiant look. That's for you to decide. I couldn't possibly comment. Okay. It's safe for all day streaming. It can do 24/7. It's for broadcasters and streamers. Gamers can actually stream 8 to 10 hours. I don't. I mean, I go 2 to 3 hours, but gamers can do 8 to 10 hours. So it's safe for all day streaming, which is important. The other thing is it's got freedom of light placement. We've talked about that. And it uses Logitech's 3G Hub desktop software. Now, if I share my desktop, okay, it's at this point that if anything's going to go wrong, it will go wrong now. But I'm going to hopefully share the software that actually controls the light. All you do is go to logitech.com, search for Logitech Litra light, which is down, the name's down in the carousel, and this is the software. And this makes, well, if you buy any hardware and you use it, plug it in and use it, it will work and it will be okay. If you want to get the best out of the hardware, then please do consider. So, thank you to Daniel and to Marco. Please do consider actually downloading the software. Every piece of hardware has a software somewhere. And if you download this software, you will be taking control of your lighting, because this is the default setting for your lighting, okay, that you're watching now. And you can change the brightness and you can change the temperature using the controls on the back of here. But when your light's on top of your monitor, yeah, what you don't want to be doing is stretching over and trying to fiddle with the lighting when you're live. That's a no-no. I've got a message coming in. Okay. Comments are live today, and a good comment on Amazon Live. And Stephen says, do you have the Elgato Key Light Mini? I'm curious, how does it compare? I don't. I think what we could do is we could do a comparison. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have the key light. I was just so taken. But thank you for the question. I was so taken with the light that came from this Logitech Litra. I saw it and fell in love with it. But I'm willing to be persuaded. The Elgato key light. Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Ephraim. Okay, that's good. Okay, like Ephraim, you can comment. Okay, ask questions. We're here to help. Okay, but with the software, you can do a whole lot of things that are decidedly difficult. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go side by side. Logitech Litra Lite has, that one, has 6 presets. Okay, and I'm going to go side by, I'm going to go like this. So you get a better, well, no, I go like this. I'm going to go, I'm going to go like this. Okay, so you can see me, you can see the software next to me. If I go into the software, and there's 6 presets, which are all by Logitech. This is the first preset. I'm just going to show you this one. This is what I've done is presets for different times of day. Now this one is for morning, and I'm not a morning person. This is a bit too bright for me. Okay, but this does show, if we go back to the software, what they've done is they have turned, just a minute, they've turned the brightness right to the top, and they have turned the temperature right down. So the second one is cozy daylight. Okay, now this is more natural. You're getting close to my territory here, and then you've got mild afternoon. You may not see any major differences in these. I do apologize, but from my end, it is actually changing. And then soft sunset. Now this is my favorite lighting. You've got 6 to choose from. Okay, but if you don't like any of the 6, what you can do is you can, let's do this. We can, it'll work, won't it? I'm going to go for the last one here. And this is not down to Logitech. Okay. Just a minute. Just let me get this right. I just want, oh, it's changed. Okay, this is a preset that I made earlier, and it's much too bright. So what I'm going to do using the software is just turn it down. So I'm going to turn the temperature down, and I'm going to turn the brightness down. And this is pretty close to what I want to look like. I mean, it's all about being comfortable on camera. Yeah. So that's it. Logitech Litra Glow Light down the carousel today for $59.99. It's the first light that Logitech have produced. It was released on the 31st of January 2022. So if you've not heard about it, it's relatively new. I liked it so much I bought 2 of these. Okay, one is actually above me on my BenQ monitor, focused on me, and the second one actually goes on top of my Microsoft Surface Book 2 and is focused on the demonstration area. But you only need one if you're broadcasting. And good lighting is up there with getting the right camera, getting the right microphone, getting the right lighting is key. I would suggest. I looked around at all the various possibilities, and it was $200 for decent lighting, possibly with the exception of one that Ephraim just mentioned. But this at $59.99, great for Zoom, great for Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So that's the Logitech Litra Glow Light. Okay, so I'm going to put that safely out of the way. Now, if you've got any questions about anything that I'm talking about or not talking about, then please do ask. And like Ephraim, you can comment, or like Grant, you can comment, and we'll actually show your comments live on screen. This is BeLive, and I am broadcasting from BeLive and BeLive TV or be.live can now show Amazon Live comments on screen. Okay, so I'm broadcasting from my BeLive studio. Let's just take a minute. Let's slow down the pace. I've got some exciting things coming up, but I just want to slow down the pace for a minute. I'm broadcasting from BeLive. Grant says BeLive is the best. I'm going to agree with that. It means I can have 8 people on screen. I can play YouTube video. I can have images. And now, if you want to test this, now I can have live comments from Amazon Live in my studio. And Marina and Grant and Efrain have been helping me test this today. If you want to make a comment, I'll show you a comment on screen. If you're logged into Amazon, it may show your picture. If you're not logged into Amazon, it won't show your picture. Okay, so that's it. That's the exciting one of 3 exciting new things today. Right, is the fact that we can now show comments in our BeLive studios, which makes for exciting times and all sorts of possibilities. And just a reminder, and I'm going to take the logo off just a minute. Let me just, in my studio, take the logo off and go here and apply. Okay. Your host, that's me. Your host is Stephen Healey from England. We're talking about webcams. We've talked about the Brio. We're just talking about the Logitech Litra Lite, which is down in the carousel. Thank you for watching. And today, excellent. Please comment. Okay. That used to say, it now says please comment. And if you have a question, just enter it in the comments. Now, the thing about the comments is that they disappear after the show, unless I show them on screen. Yeah. If I show a comment on screen, it becomes part of the recording. Okay. All sorts of exciting, interesting things happening. Okay. But I do want to say a big thank you for watching live on Amazon Live. I do appreciate you spending your time. And hopefully you will have the most awesome day as I take that off screen and come back to me. I love being in the center of the screen. Okay, those comments sort of distract me a little bit, but never mind with that. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about, just briefly, is behind me is the backdrop. And as you saw a moment ago, I'm going to let you see the backdrop again. It looks like I'm up against a brick wall, but I'm not. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm using the backdrop that's down in the carousel. It's hung over the Fovitech green screen. Equally well, you could put it on a rail. But the thing is, what you want to do when you're broadcasting is you want to up your game. You want to change your game. You want people to notice you, even on Zoom. Yeah. And if you get a photography backdrop, then you can be anywhere in the world. It's not techie. Yeah. Stand, backdrop, thread over. Now I've found 4 backdrops that I'm going to use. There's this wall. There's another wall which is more colourful, splashes of paint on it. I also found a background which is an Hawaiian beach. So I'm going to be using an Hawaiian beach background. Yeah. So, and then finally, I saw this Wild West town with tumbleweed in the lot. So I'm going to have a Wild West backdrop. And then you'll all believe I'm in America. Sort of, apart from my accent, of course, which sort of gives the game away. So backdrops, basically, you can use a backdrop anywhere in any live broadcast. I mean, it's a physical thing, and you can use it on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. $15, and you can buy one a month, and you've got 12 backdrops. That's what I'm going to do. 12 backdrops, and you can switch between them. And honestly, I've got to be honest here. People actually think I've got a brick wall. I don't. You know I don't now. Okay, so do have a look and think about using photography backdrops as your backdrop. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is further on in the carousel. So give me a moment, and it is this. Okay, Now I just need to make a bit of space. Down in the carousel now, I want to show you a video. So in order to show you a video, what I'm actually doing is I'm talking about this, and hopefully I'll get the bits together. Down the carousel is this Power Device microphone. Now this I use when I'm doing mobile video. When we go out and about around the UK, visiting castles, country houses, national monuments, then I like to take my camera. I also like to take the gimbal, and I want good sound. Okay, now I could use, this is the first time it's been on here, I could use the microphone that's in my Samsung Galaxy S22, Samsung S22 Ultra. I could use the microphone in this, but I prefer to actually use an external microphone. Okay, now this is what it looks like. Remember, I'm going to play you a video in a moment. If I go here, yeah, this is a lapel microphone, and it's got 3 uses. I'm going to show you all 3 in the next couple of minutes. It's the lapel microphone. Okay, that's it. It's the microphone's in there. It's got the cover on it, and all I do is take the crocodile clip it to me, and that's it. Okay, then something zinged in. I do apologize. If you heard that, I do apologize. Then he said, I'm looking for something. I may not find it in time. You take the other end of the audio cable and you plug it into your phone. Okay. And he said, looking, once it's plugged into your phone, you actually cut out the phone microphone and you're now using the PAL microphone. Now, if you're making and shooting videos for your own use on the mobile phone, sound doesn't matter. But if you're going to put those videos on YouTube, sound doesn't matter. Okay, what we're going to do now is I need to find something. So just give me a second. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to find something. I'm going to play you a short video. And the whole point about this video is this video was created using the Home iStudy gimbal, which is down in the carousel, and the Power Device lapel microphone, which is next to it, which is the featured item at the moment. And we're going to go traveling, and we're traveling in the UK. And today, if I can find a video, I've got choices here. I can play different videos, and I've got so many things here you wouldn't believe. Okay, I will come to a video in a minute. I know I will. Okay, and okay, I'm going to show this one. Right, the video I'm about to show you is of Portsmouth Royal Naval Dockyards and was shot using the home gimbal and the Power Device microphone. What I'm going to do now, I just need to do something. Just a second. Is I'm going to switch my microphone off and press play. So we're at Portsmouth, we're going around Royal Naval Dockyards, and this was shot using the Home iStudy gimbal. So give me a second. I'll take that off, and I'm going to switch my mic off and press play. Is ship built in Great Britain, and it's steam powered, not sail powered, and we're just going to walk alongside to give you an idea of the size of this. Over there is a tower, 385 feet, I think. You can actually go up in a lift to the top, but we're concentrating on the shipping today as we're at the dockyards. Welcome to HMS Warrior, Her Majesty's ship Warrior, or His Majesty's ship as it was when it was commissioned. And this is just an amazing place. As I pan round, we're actually The estuary is over there, and we have all the buildings on the right. As usual, I'm broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and my website, live from Portsmouth in England, as Angelica and I do our tour of Hampshire. Okay, so I'm trying to avoid people. And hello.
Are you going on board?
No, we're not.
No, okay.
Okay. I think you're not allowed to photograph on board, hence his question, which is a fair one. Today we're just taking a walk around the dockyards as opposed to touring the facilities. It's wonderful because you can actually get onto the dockyards for free, which is what we've done today, and you can walk around and you can film and nobody's going to stop you. So I'm going to go as far as here and then turn around and watch Angelica coming towards us, and we'll turn around and head back because we don't know what's going to come next. We've just done this part, so Angelica's going to follow me as I turn around. Hey, come here! Right, okay. So we've not been here before, so whatever we see next is a mystery to us as well as to you. But this is Portsmouth, which was the foremost naval dockyard. We've just learnt earlier this morning that the first ships to leave England for Australia in the 1700s left from Portsmouth, and we saw the site where they actually left from. That's the first 11 ships to actually go to Australia, and that coincides with the founding of Australia, and it's part of history. And I did photograph it this morning, but I didn't have the video on, so you'll see photographs of that later. And you can see over on the far side is I'm back. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to fast forward the video, and hopefully this will work. So let's fast forward the video, and I'm going to go to here, just a second, and then you can see it exactly as we saw it. Basically, well, I'll let the video tell the story. Train station, steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps up, and this is just incredible. Now, you're not allowed to film on board the ships, but you can film the exterior, which is what I'm doing, as you know, at the moment. So just a reminder, we're at Portsmouth Naval Dockyards. We're conducting our own walking tour, and we're delighted that you could join us. That is just right. You should now be able to hear me. One of the things that you've got to learn is that when you play a video, you turn your microphone off, so you don't get any interaction between the video and your microphone. So I'm good at actually turning my microphone off. I always remember that. I don't always remember to turn it back on. But this is the joys of live video. So that was a short video from... I'm going to stop sharing now. Okay, back to me. I can close a few things down. Let's just tidy up a bit. So I'm going to close that down. I'm going to close that down. I'm going to close that down. Back to me. Okay, so and my studio keeps going from side to side. Yeah, never mind. Okay, this is live video, but that video was shot using the Power Device, the Pearl microphone, which is here, and it makes all the difference. in terms of the quality of the sound. Now, you heard the sound on that video there, crisp and clear. That's all through this lapel microphone. Your body absorbs most of the sound, and that's how it works. So the first sound that's heard is basically your voice, and that's what you want. Background crowd, no problem. Your voice is the first thing that's heard, and that means that I can put my videos onto YouTube. And okay, no, you right. This is Logitech Brio 4K, and my studio is wobbling. Okay, I don't know what's causing my studio to wobble. Okay. Oh, right, there's a comment coming. And Efrahin was saying, I have it, we can do a live comparison. So we'll do a live comparison of lighting between the Elgato light that Efrain mentioned a few moments ago. Okay, and do the Elgato versus Logitech Litra. Okay, so you can actually compare. We'll be on camera and we'll compare kit, Efrahin's kit against my kit, and we'll do a direct comparison on cameras, microphones, and lights. Okay, brilliant. Okay, now just a note, if you're watching this and you're enjoying it, then please do follow. If you're watching this and you've got a question about live broadcasting, I mean, I've done thousands of live broadcasts since I started 6 years ago, and I love learning new things. I love sharing my expertise. And if you've got any questions at all, please do ask. You can ask questions about anything that's in the carousel, because I own 75% of what is in the carousel. Okay, so I use everything that's in the carousel on a daily basis, including this microphone. Now, point about this microphone, it's not just for mobile video. It's actually brilliant for mobile video, but it's second use. I'm a Udemy instructor, and I've got 15,000 students on Udemy. And basically, I teach people about live broadcasting, and I've been doing courses for the last 4 or 5 years. And when you become a Udemy instructor, they give you a choice. They say your sound has got to be perfect. People are paying $50 for a course. Your sound has to be perfect. Video is not a problem. We've got Logitech Brio, and in addition to that, video is not a problem. Brio, OBSBot, no problem. But sound is. Now, this was in the days before noise cancellation software. Yeah. But they said you've got an alternative. You can either soundproof your studio, your office, or you can buy a lapel microphone. I bought this lapel microphone, and all my Udemy courses were recorded using this microphone. 3, if you're looking for an external microphone, then you can actually use a lapel microphone as your first external microphone. Let's just look at that for a second. If you pay $35.45, which is 21% off, yeah, today, 21% off. You click the link in the carousel, then basically what you're actually getting is mobile video recording, Udemy courses, or creating instructional video, or you can take the microphone, plug it direct into your PC or Mac, and use an external microphone. It's up against your body. It's actually absorbing all the noises around you. So the lapel microphone is absolutely first class for using in live broadcasts. Okay, if you don't want to shell out dollars for an external microphone, freestanding external microphone, then a lapel microphone is a quite acceptable alternative. I've been using mine for 4 or 5 years on Udemy and on live broadcasting, and it simply works. Okay, now the next thing we're going to go on to is something rather exciting. When I talked about my mobile phone, and I showed you my mobile phone, yeah, what I was actually showing you, I can admit it now, I was showing you a Samsung phone, but I wasn't showing you this Samsung phone. Okay, it's down in the carousel now. This is the Samsung S22 Ultra. This is the flagship product from Amazon. 6.8 inches screen, 100 times zoom. I only got this camera yesterday, yeah, so I'm learning about it, and as I learn about it, I'll be able to tell you more about it. But I'm thrilled with this camera and the quality of the build and the facilities it actually gives. What I'm going to do, I broadcast live 11 a.m. every day. I'm going to take you on a journey with my Samsung S22 Ultra, and we're going to take it shooting photographs. We're going to take it mobile with the Pearl microphone and the gimbal. I've got to find out whether it actually fits in the gimbal yet. That's going to be one, isn't it? But this is the Samsung S22, and let's just take a closer look at the features you get from the flagship Samsung product. I'm going to go over here, and hopefully this will work. I set it up earlier today. Okay, so this is, and those of you who know me know that in live video, you're going to have a problem. You're going to forget things. So I write things down. I put them in my agenda so I can actually show you on screen. It also means that I never forget anything. Okay, to give it its full title, this is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. It has an incredible 256 gig of RAM and 8K camera and video. Not RAM, storage. Okay, 8K camera. It's got the brightest display. Now, I was using this display at lunchtime in bright sunlight, and if I switch the phone on, then you'll see, yeah, that it has a very bright. I've got it set up a finger. It is a very bright display. It's showing up well on screen. Yeah, so this is the brightest display that has ever been on a Samsung phone. Just to reiterate, it has, if I go here, just a second, I've put it down somewhere safe. Okay, just a minute. Let me close that. It has an S Pen. Okay, you know the Note Galaxy Notes disappeared. They're back. Okay, because this has an S Pen, which allows you to scribble on screen. Also, where did I put the S Pen? It's got a long battery life. I'll tell you how long it is, but it is long. It lasts all day long, even if you're filming all day long. It's got 8K super steady video. I'm going to be testing that out, as I said, and I'll report back to you and show you video. It's got nightography, some made up words here. It's got nightography plus. Okay, night vision. This camera has night vision. I'm going to be testing that as well. So I'll show you video from daytime and from nighttime. We're going to look at nightography plus. Now, this 108 megapixels photo resolution plus bright display. Hang on, just a minute. Don't adjust anything. Let me adjust something. What it should say is, and hopefully this will work. Don't adjust your sets. I just want to go, yeah, I think got it. Okay, and updating, and it's going to come back. I see on the fly. Saying display, it now says display. Brilliant. Okay, the next item in this about the camera is it's got adaptive color contrast. We're going to learn all about that. We said about the battery life earlier. It's got a long, oh, I've done it again. This is a case, I've got to be honest here. This is a case of more haste, less speed. Okay, because I put this together I'm so excited. I put this together this morning and I've missed a Y and a G. I hope nobody's keeping count. but we're talking about this, which is the flagship Samsung phone. It's got an embedded S Pen. I just need to find where I put mine. And also, it's unlocked by Samsung, so you can use any service provider you like. Samsung have unlocked the phone. Okay, it is, as I said earlier, 6.8 inches, WQHD and Edge screen, 120 hertz, an adaptive refresh rate, and 5,000 milliamps, 45 watts charging. This can be wirelessly charged if you wish, or it can be charged with cable. Okay, and the final point I want to make is that it was released on February 9th, 2022. So this is a very recent phone. And I feel privileged to actually be able to use this phone. And I'm going to take you on a journey in the coming weeks as we explore the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. And there it is. And if I go here, then I can take you over just to show how clear this is. I can take you over to my Facebook page and we can scroll the Facebook page. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. In fact, if we go here, we have a video. No, we don't. Go back again. I'm just having so much fun with it. Yes, I do have a new toy, and it's a Samsung Galaxy S22. Okay, right, not get too carried away. But we're going to be exploring the Samsung Galaxy S22 phone, and I want to say a big thank you. Just a minute. Thank you to Avery. Avery, awesome. Avery's just started to follow me. I do appreciate the follow. Thank you very much for taking the time to follow. Thank you for actually taking the time to watch me on this live broadcast. I'm always blown away by being on Amazon Live. And I do appreciate your company. I do appreciate your being with me today. If you have any questions about anything that I talk about, then please do ask. I'm just going to change something. Just let me change something in the studio. It's not that. What is it? It's not that. Just a minute. Okay. No, it's not that either. I've got incredibly. I've got something moving in my shaking in my studio. I've got a refresh taking place. I don't know what's going on. Oh, good. Okay. I just need to record this. This is weird. Okay. Right. Okay. Somebody's testing something. Okay. So thank you to Avery. I would the flashing lights and everything. But I just want to say a heartfelt thank you for following. Now Avery will be able to catch my shows. Press the follow. I follow about 250 Amazon Live broadcasters. There are about 2,000 of us, all independent. We don't work for Amazon, and we can give honest reviews of product. If something's wrong with a product, I will tell you. If something is wrong with the Samsung S22, I will tell you. If something is right with it, then I'll tell you. But basically, we talk about items that I use every day, and therefore I bought them. So therefore, I understand them, and obviously, I can heartily recommend them. Now, just while we stay on, just a minute, before we move forward, if I go here, and I go here, and come down here, before we move on, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone today is 23% off. So if you take the link in the carousel, you can get a 23% discount whilst I'm live on this particular phone. So it's 23% off. It's $999.99 as opposed to the normal price of $1299.99. So it's 23% off. Now, as I say, I'm blown away by the quality of the build and the features and the 108 megapixel camera. 100 times zoom, absolutely incredible. So I'm going to be experimenting with it. Okay, now let's go back in the carousel, and I'm just hoping my studio stops shaking. Okay, and we've done the obspots, we've done the brio, and next up, we've done the liter of light, we've done the backdrop. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to show you is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. Okay, now you're listening to, I hope the picture's not shaking on Amazon Live. You're listening to me today on an Elgato Wave 3 microphone, and I'm going to show it to you. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch cameras. Okay, well, no, I'm going to switch cameras there. That's the PTZ, so I can do that. I just need to set up something. Just give me a second. Okay, and switch the camera on. Okay, so we've been to the docks. I can hide that. Okay, and I'm going to go picture in picture. And I'm going to take that title off screen and hide all. Okay, and I'm going to take, you're looking at the Obspot 4K now, so I'm going to take that off. And okay, so this is live. Now, you're actually looking at there the Obspot 4K camera on, if I go back over here, just give me a second, so you know what you're looking at. You're actually looking at the Obspot tiny camera, which is 15% off today, so $169 instead of $199. So that's the Obspot tiny, and this is 1080p and 720p. Basically, it's a USB-C plug, and the other end is plugged into my computer. It has a gimbal, which you can see there. So this is capable of actually going through 180 degrees, okay? And I can change the screenshot very simply using the software I showed you earlier. Also in shot today, you will see, Alexa, will it rain today?
It probably won't rain tonight.
Okay.
There's only a 12% chance at 1 a.m.
That's good news. It's not going to rain tonight. Okay, so I'm just going to put, I've got so many things here. I'm just going to put the microphone, the lapel microphone away. Excuse me for tidying up. I make such a mess when I'm broadcasting live that it takes a while to tidy up. So if I take a few moments now, it'll make it easier later. Okay, now going around here.
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the world goes around in a counterclockwise fashion when viewed from over the North Pole. Did that answer your question?
Yes. I didn't ask it.
Thanks for your feedback.
You're welcome. I didn't ask it. So let's just go around the table, and I'm going to go to the first item, which is, just give me a second. Yeah, we'll find it. It's down here somewhere. Okay. Down in the carousel at the moment is the TP-Link Deco, which is the unit here. I use Wi-Fi. I'm not wired. I'm broadcasting live now. My partner Angelica is teaching German. We use the TP-Link Deco. Angelica has got a unit in her office. I've got a unit in mine. We've got a unit down in the lounge. And this spreads the internet effectively throughout the whole house. And just let me go back here because we have a comment. Okay, and we can now say, just a minute. We can now say hello to Corinda is testing, and Corinda wants to know whether the test Corinda is testing whether it works now. Yes, Corinda, it's working now. Okay, so I can show comments from the studio on the screen. Corinda's just made a comment. Thank you, Corinda. Corinda's a good friend, is based in London, near to Heathrow Airport, and a fellow Amazon broadcaster. Okay, so this is the TP-Link Deco. It is basically the best Wi-Fi system that I've found. My friend Peter in Scotland says it's his best purchase of 2021. It simply works out the box. You get 3 units. The first unit you actually plug in to your router, switch it on, download the software on iPhone or Android. Then you can take the second unit, put it in another room, plug it in, switch it on. It will connect to the first unit and then repeat that with the third unit. And then you have a network set up, which I know to be reliable. And you can control it from your phone. You can set a master password and a guest password. Simple and straightforward to do. Brilliant way of actually getting network throughout your house. We can't control the internet that comes into our property other than by changing provider, but we can control what gets shared around the house. Now, the next item, basically, Peter said that the TP-Link Deco was his item of 2022. My item is this one, which is, just a minute, wait for it. This is Anchor. Okay, awesome company. And they produce this, the Anchor 4-way USB hub. Now, basically, this is runtime. You buy a new PC or Mac and you want to plug things in, and you can plug 2 things in, camera and a microphone. Then you get another camera, then you get another microphone. Why can manufacturers not put 4 USB-A and 2 USB-C slots on their computers when they make them? It's not a cost thing. It's a decision that they've made. I think, I don't know what you feel, that there should be more USB ports on new PCs and Macs. There's no logical reason for having too few ports these days. It's just silly. Right, I've said it now. Okay. This unit means that I can have 2 cameras and a microphone and a light all plugged in, all at the same time, all work as if they were plugged directly into Microsoft Surface Book 2. They work as if they were direct, and that's important. Okay, and just going over to the iPad for a moment, and over to Corinda, and Corinda is saying that it always does tests for me, and I do appreciate it, Corinda, and also appreciate Grant and Ephraim joining in as well. All good. So thank you. Okay. Corinda is a broadcaster on Amazon Live, so that's why we can see his details. Okay, so that is down in the carousel. That is the 4-way USB. It's the best thing that I bought this year. It really is the best item that I bought this year because it allows me to have 2 cameras and 2 microphones if I want. Now, where do we go from there? Okay. Now, lob swap. We're watching 2 plants, which will flower this year, hopefully. There's I do work for BeLive, so there is my BeLive mug. Also here are these, and I'm just going to go over here, and these are my favorite earbuds, and if I can find them in the carousel, I will talk about them. If I can't find them in the carousel, I'll move on to something else. Okay, yeah. Reason I'm talking about these today, and I'll come back full screen to me. This is the carrying case, and these are they. Okay, these are my favorite earbuds. They are the TreadLab X3 Pro earbuds. Now I've got to say that these were sent to me by TreadLab. I'm grateful for that. TreadLab, well-respected American company, and these are one of a series of earbuds that they produce. If you click the link in the carousel, you'll find out more about these earbuds and about the TreadLab product range. This is the charging case, and you charge the case. Takes 8 hours to charge the case, and then you just put the earbuds in, and you'll notice that possibly, okay, there is a charging plate there, and you put the earbuds in, and you can recharge the earbuds 4 times in the charging case. Okay, so charge the case once, and then now the earbuds themselves are high quality, and the ear there that goes over the back of your ear. And I'm about to do this live. I'm not the world's best at live demonstrations, so okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that. I do need to practice. I feel like, just a minute. This is not going to work, is it? Hang on. The other thing is, what I need to do, perhaps what I need to do, I'm going to give up on that. Let's just say that they are good earbuds. And I'm going to try a third time. And here we go. They are so easy to put on, honestly. Okay. Great quality sound. You can hear the highs and the lows. And these are waterproof, so you can wear them when you're out and about, when you're walking, jogging, running, or cycling. Great earbuds for that. You have the controls, so volume up, volume down, skip to next track. You can make and take phone calls using these, and I just love the design. I'm a sucker for good design, yeah. And these earbuds are very well designed by TrebLab, who are a well-respected American company. And just let me put them safely back where they live. Okay. All right. So that's the TrebLab earbuds. Okay. Now let's carry on for a moment. And where else can we go? Oh, right. We're going around the desk, aren't we? Okay. This is the camera case. This is the camera case for the OBSBot Tiny, which is brilliant. There's the TrebLab HD77 speaker, which I'm going to just talk about for a moment. Probably over here. Do you think it's that way or that way? It's the other way. Dole. Okay, just a minute. Just give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Hope everything's okay, Corinda. Thank you for commenting today. I'm just looking for the next item in the carousel. I got it. Okay, now I can talk about it. Okay. Highlighted in the carousel is the TrebLab HD77, which is this. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch cameras. Let's switch cameras. Okay, and I'm going to do this. So I'm over on the OBSBot camera, and I'm going to come to me. Okay, so we're back to me. Hello. And I'm going to tap unlock. And what I'm going to do with the OBSBot Tiny camera, which is down the carousel in first position, is I'm going to stand up. I'm probably going to knock things over, but I am determined to stand up. And it's not following me, is it? Just a minute. Don't you love it when a demonstration goes totally wrong? Just a minute. Just a minute. Let me go back. Let me sit down. Come back to me. Take 2. Okay, this is take 2. Okay. The OBSBot Tiny camera is now following me. Okay. Always make sure you press the right buttons. Okay. It's now following me, and I'm here, and I can move forward, and you can see I've not got a wall. Okay, this is the TrebLab HD77 speaker. It's designed for outdoor use. It's got a grill round, and it's made of ABS plastic. If you drop this on the floor, don't do it, but if you drop this on the floor, it would bounce. Okay. It's got twin 12.5 watt subwoofers, so the total is 25 watts. Now, an average room takes 20 watts, so this really does go up to 11. It's made for outdoor use, you can attach a clip there and then a carabiner, and it can go on the back of your rucksack. That's what it's designed to do. It's designed to work outdoors. Now, I'll leave you into a secret. Summer has just started in England today. By Friday, we will be over 80 degrees. So it's going to be quite a week this week, which is why I better not say. Right, you can put a loop in there, and then you can put it on a carabiner, and you can then put it on your rucksack, which means you can take this portable, rainproof, it's waterproof. I've seen people take this out, put it in a pail of water, bring it out again, and it still plays. It is waterproof. I've seen the proof. It's got controls on the top, they're embossed, so you can actually feel the controls. So switch it on, press the button for 4 seconds, and you get the blue LED lights. Okay. You can increase the volume, you can decrease the volume, you can skip to next track. So all the controls are actually embossed on the top. The bottom of the unit, okay, which is there, I'm trying to show this to camera. This is the recharging place. Just a second. When you can get into it, this is the recharging. Right, so you recharge it there. Charge for 8 hours, runs for 20. I think is correct. Don't quote me, but it is reasonable. And that plugs in again, and that's now waterproof. So all in all, a very solid speaker, portable. We'll be using it when we go out and about to country houses and castles and national monuments this year. Simply pairs, it's Bluetooth, pairs with the Bluetooth on your phone, switch your phone on, go to Bluetooth, look for HD77, that's it. You can then play Amazon music or your favorite podcast through the speakers so that everybody can listen. Remember, 25 watts, a very powerful speaker, size of a can of Coke, and very portable. Okay, just goes on your rucksack. Okay, so put the phone down. And I just want to take one action, and then I'm going to be with you in a second. Let's go to the desktop again. Okay, so I'm going to go this way around this time. So that's the desktop. Okay, I'm using an Obsbot camera to actually capture the desktop. Okay, so that's what we're actually using. But that was the TrebLab HD77 speaker. And thank you to Corinda for the comments. Okay, now next thing I want to talk about, because it's a discount thing, I'm going to come back to me. Okay, down in the carousel at the moment is the iPad. Now, in order to broadcast on Amazon Live, you've got to have an iPhone or an iPad. Last August, September, my friend Marco suggested I come and broadcast on Amazon Live. I've got to say, I'm having a blast. I'm really enjoying broadcasting on Amazon Live. It's the best platform to broadcast on anywhere in the world, bar none. Yeah, you're the best audience in the world, bar none. Thank you for watching. The iPad, I mean, I'm an Android guy. I love Android. But when I decided to buy an iPad, this iPad, which is down in the carousel, I was just blown away by the quality of the build. That's the first thing, by the apps that are available, by the speed it runs at. It's so seamless and it just works. It works well. So I'm going to stay with the iPad. I won't be going back to Android. I don't think there's no need to. I mean, this is a dual purpose unit. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back over here and we're going to go back because I mentioned at the beginning of the show that I would give you a demonstration of the Obsbot Tiny PTZ. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to switch to the PTZ camera. Yeah. And I'm going to switch to me. And just to make sure I'm using the right camera, just get me check. Right. This is the Obsbot Tiny 4K camera. Okay, and I've positioned it. I've moved everything around this last weekend, and the Brio camera is next to the other spot. So they're both 4K cameras. Actually, what I can do is this. Okay, this is what we can do. It's just occurred to me. I can do this. I can do, okay, just a minute. If I put the names on, okay, you're going to have two of me, but it will be worth it. On your right is the Obspot 4K. On your left is Logitech Brio. Now, I've only got one microphone working. Two cameras, one microphone. Okay, now you can see the difference in colorways. Now, I've got to say that at the moment today, I spent a few hours trying to get the two, to be fair, to do a fair demonstration, to actually get them working at the same sort of level. I'm getting there, but it's a work in progress. But you can see the clarity of the pictures on both. You can see the different saturations on both, because the saturation now on the Obspot looks better than, I don't know, you decide. Okay, it's all our own personal decision. But here you've got Logitech Brio against the Obspot. Now I've got both. The Logitech Brio I've had for a couple of years. The Obspot I've had since January. Well, this one I've only had it a week, so I'm still experimenting with it. So yeah, I will let you know more as I know more. But we're going to keep doing this comparison. My aim is to get the two as close together as I can, physically on top of my BenQ monitor, and in terms of how they look picture-wise. Because in terms of the quality of the picture is good on both. It's just the saturation and the colors. Yeah. I mean, if I turn and look at my wall, I've got to say at the moment, the wall looks better on the Obspot. Let's just try and change a few things. We've got the camera. Let's just go here. Let's see if I change wait a minute. Somebody's been changing my settings. Let's do this. I'm using the software you can download we looked at earlier, which is Logic Capture. And if I go like this, just a minute, be with it. Okay, that's better. Okay, so this is why downloading the software for your camera is important, whether it's a Logitech or an Obspot. Download the software and you've got greater control. Now, I just checked in the software just then, and some of my settings, I'm always experimenting. Some of my settings changed. Yeah, I'm just changing them back again. I think that's a better comparison, isn't it? Okay, so this is totally a work in progress. Yeah, totally a work in progress. Okay, so let's just go with the Obspot for the moment, because I said I'd show you the software. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take its name off. No, I'm going to leave the name on, and I'm going to screen share. And I'm going to screen share the Obspot software. So here we go. Obspot Tiny, share. And this is the software that actually controls the cameras that I'm using. So if I go picture in picture, which I will in a second, I don't need the second me. I can turn him off. Okay. So I turn that camera off. I'm going to go picture in picture. This will work. Right, this is the Obspot Tiny software, and you can see, first of all, that it is controlling two Obspots. I've got the Obspot 4K, and I've got the Obspot Tiny 1080. So one piece of software is controlling both. Now, we'll say this about this software from Obspot. You download it from the Obspot site, PC or Mac, you can just simply install it. And the beauty of it is that they keep updating it. I'll show you what I mean. Just a minute. Okay, they keep updating the software. So the software version, it was released 2 weeks ago. Firmware I haven't updated yet. That's my choice. But you can see you can have the gesture control on or off. Tracking mode can be headroom mode or standard mode or motion mode. Motion mode is to capture somebody running the 100 yards. I can configure the video, which takes me through to the standard camera controls we know and love. I can switch anti-flicker on. I can switch HDR on. HDR is peculiar to the 4K camera, and face auto exposure. This is a new feature, newish, released in the last couple of weeks, and this is why this is making the visual, the face is improving. They're improving the software all the time. Okay, screen mode. Okay, now you can, I'm not going to press this button, but you can change between landscape and portrait, which is great if you're going to use the camera to go on Instagram. Yeah, bear that in mind. You can set an initial position. Remember, this has got twin microphones built in, so you can put noise reduction on, and you can set global hotkeys. There is a remote control device you can get as well, and you can set autofocus on if you wish. I'm just going to move that out of the way. Okay, but if I go side by side now, okay, and I just change my screen layout, just give me a second. Are you worth it? Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Please don't go anywhere. I'm going to go side by side with the software. Okay, and I prefer it if basically I was over here. There you go. Right, so I always like being on this side of the screen. It's easy to present. Or I'm really used to being on this side of the screen, and in my beloved studio, I can do that straight away. So with the software, and I can control the 3 presets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to the software, and I'm going to go to preset location, desktop. So the camera now switches over to the desktop. Okay. Then I'm going to come back to me. Yeah. So simple and straightforward. Preset location 3. Yeah. And that's basically a picture of Avebury stone circle. Okay. So again with the software and back to me. Okay. So 3 preset positions, simple as that. I can basically from the software, I can refine how I look on camera. I can move up, I can move down, I can move left, I can move right. Okay, I can go back to me. Right, I can zoom in. Okay, I can zoom out. I can switch the camera off if I wanted. I can just press sleep and that will switch the camera off. The camera turns if I go to the desktop. Okay, if I go here and go here, there you are. That's how the camera goes to sleep, and I'll switch it back on again. Okay, and the camera is now woken up again. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my second camera. So here's the second camera in a second or two. Wait a minute, I just need to change. I can't, oh, wait a minute. I need to change this camera, and I'm going to change from the Obviously 4K to the camera there that's on the desktop that you can see. I'm going to switch to that one. Okay, take a second or two, but there's the, just a minute. Right, okay. Now, using the software, what I've been able to do, I'm just going to go here, I'm trying to get the right angle. I've moved that. Just a minute. I've moved things. That's better. basically I've got the primary 4K ob spot, and this is my second ob spot. And what I'm doing is I'm actually working with different angles. So this is the ob spot actually looking at my BenQ monitor. So this is the monitor, and you can see my live broadcast studio. And then this is my favorite shot for reasons known only to me. I can actually get it to do this. And this is most definitely where I live. And that's the view from my window. You can see trees in the background. You can see a bluish sky with wispy clouds. So at the beginning of each broadcast now, I can give you a weather report and actually show you outside the window. Back to me. Okay, so all of this is because I have got two OBSWAT tiny cameras, which means that I can do this. I can look at camera. I've got to try and look at camera. Just a minute. I need to go there. I'm just waiting for something to happen. I think I've got to make it happen. I think that's probably the way to do it. Okay. And I need to go to there. Okay. I need to look at the right camera, obviously. My apologies for not looking at you. Okay. And basically, because I've got six views from the two cameras. And if we go back to this, and here I've got my monitor. I've got me, and this is on the, yeah, and I've got outside. Okay. And now with that, that's why I love the OBSPOT. That's why it's so flexible, so versatile. And I'm going to come back to here, and I'm going to stop that, come here, and go to me. Okay, back to me. Right, I want to say a big thank you. Just let's go over here. No, not that. I don't want a countdown clock. No, I don't want that one. All right. Okay. Okay. Your host today has been me, Stephen Healey from England. We've been talking about webcams. We've talked about a host of things, including the Samsung S22 Ultra, which I'm happy to be exploring. We've looked at Logitech Brio. We've looked at two OBSWAT cameras, and thank you for watching. If you do watch me again, I hope you do, then please do comment, because as you know, we can now show comments on screen. Okay, so the comments look amazing, and we had comments from Efrahin, we had comments from Grant. Okay, just let me take that off a minute. Go over here, just a minute. I need to switch something off. I'm trying to, yeah, okay. We had comments from Grant. We had comments from Marina from Belive. So thank you, Marina. Thank you, Grant. And thank you, Efrahin. And also thank you to Corinda Marley, who is in Staines in Middlesex. Corinda, thank you. And Corinda's been testing. And the final comment I've got coming in. What's this one? Oh, wow. How can I miss a comment? Tracy. Hello, Tracy. Right. Okay. So that a comment came in. Absolutely brilliant. So let me go to my iPad and just click that button. So Tracy, thank you very much for saying hello. And Amazon customer, thank you for following. Okay. So this has been Stephen on Be Live. And just let me go over here and we'll get this sorted. Okay. I think the time has, as the walrus said, the time has come for me to go. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to give in. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new show. That's distracting me. I'll be back tomorrow with a brand new show. Thanks for watching today. I know it's early. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you again tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. Make a note, and we'll be talking more about everything that's in the carousel and about live broadcasting. I do enjoy your company. Thank you. Take care. Goodbye for now. Thank you, Tracy.